David Tang was talking about in responding to Dr. J.C. Fong's constitutional literacy. I agree that the people of Sarawak still do not quite understand our rights per se. But I'm a man of action. If we just let things go, it will be another 57 years before the next turn comes around. So can we perhaps put a time frame to it? Before we come to a point of having a referendum in Sarawak, which I think a lot of us do agree, and in order to ensure that there will be a really good referendum in terms of the people's rights being well thought out before we put it to a vote. Can we put it to a time frame that the state government will institute a lot of educational programs and forums throughout the whole state of Sarawak in order to raise the constitutional literacy of the people of Sarawak to the point that they can make a very educated decision on the referendum. I mean, if we just push this to the next body, nothing will get done. As David Tang has rightly stated, there has been a series of referendums, forums, organized by SUP, I think they've done a good job, organized by SAPA, they got deregistered, and a few others. Can we have the state government take the lead in this role so that at least, as you say, we should progress the people of Sarawak? I think you have answered the point I was going to ask. You have just admitted something that we all know in our heart. The federal government will never give to Sarawak what belongs to Sarawak. I think that's the point. So, having owned up to that fact, isn't it time that we awaken the people of Sarawak in order to come to a well-informed decision on what to do with the future of Sarawak? Let me reply to the point that you just raised. What happens if the federal government refuses to accept the referendum or decision made by the people of Sarawak? Like what happened in Spain. They just wallop the so-called regional government. Do you think the whole thing is still ongoing? The whole thing is still ongoing. It is not a completed thing. The Barcelona referendum and the people of Barcelona have not yet given up seeking their independence. So it is not a done deal or a quash deal. You are talking about the situation of jumping from the frying pan into the fire. Just now I think you said it the reverse way. Jumping from the fire into the frying pan, which is almost an impossible situation. Can we look at it in the other way? Look at two other states. That of Brunei, that of Singapore. You were saying that could our situation become worse? My rebuttal is our situation is already bad enough. It cannot get any worse. We are almost like a colony of Malaya right now. I think you admitted it indirectly. So the only way is for us to go better. Brunei has oil, not much people. Singapore has less, has no oil, nothing. The only thing that they have is people with intelligence. I'm finishing to that point. If Singapore and Brunei, who are our two neighbors, can do better than even Malaysia, don't you think that whatever we do now, if we decide to do it as an entire state, in fact, an entire nation of Sarawak, don't you think we can do better than what is happening in Malaysia right now?
I'm not sure whether I want to be in the same position as Brunei. At least here, over Christmas, I can see Christmas trees all around, but you may not be able to find one in the whole of Brunei. Okay? So if you're talking about relatively what is good and what is bad, I think in many ways we are better than Brunei, we are better than Bangladesh, and these are workers that have to go to Bangladesh to find jobs. So all these things got to be looked into. Right. On the issue of constitutional literacy, I agree we must raise the level. Maybe Patriot Association should submit the memorandum to the government to make some effort in this. Okay? I have asked the University of Malaya to start some program on this, and I believe they are doing that. And I think at one stage the Bar Council and the Advocates Association also tried to do something about it, but those are very small, insignificant effort that fizzles out before anything could be accomplished. Okay, but we do have to do so, because whatever we do with the federal government, whatever negotiation, we will succeed only if the people stand united, okay, and pursue vigorously those claims or reclamation of rights, greater autonomy, greater access to sources of revenue, so as to make us a state which is at least not too dependent upon the federal government. We must be able to progress, at the pace, at our own pace, and not dictated by federal government. In fact, we should be attempting to do better than them. At one stage, we enjoy the same credit rating as the federal government. We should pursue that. Okay? So that's how I feel about it. Okay? But please don't believe that people in Singapore are happier than us. They may be more prosperous. Right? You never know. 20 years' time, maybe Singaporeans will even come to us. The global situation is constantly changing. So we have to look at it, look at the broader picture on where we want to go from here.